What's up, YouTube? Got another Yoyo review to do today. Can't get words out of my mouth. This is the TopYo Impulse. So, what is the TopYo Impulse? TopYo is kind of a company that's really kind of been getting on a lot of people's radars lately. I recently reviewed, semi-recently, reviewed the Colossus 3, which is super fun. Colossus 3 is made out of 7003 aluminum. This is the other TopYo that is made out of 7003 aluminum. This is the TopYo Impulse. Now, I bought this on YoyoBESTBUY. The TopYo Impulse has been around for a little while, but every time I looked at it, all of the finishes looked shiny. However, it appears that in the last run, or maybe, probably the last run or so, they've put out a few colors that are blasted. And the blasting is very similar to the blasting on the inside of the Colossus 3. If you'll remember, inside of the Colossus 3, I raved about how nice the blasting is. Well, the blasting on some of the colors of the TopYo Impulse is just as nice. So, I figured, oh man, there's a blasted one, gotta pick it up. This is Deep Sea Matte. I believe there's also a red and black one that's blasted that I've seen, but I got this one on YoyoBESTBUY around... What did I get this for? Around the 4th of July. I bought it on the 4th of July sale. I think I paid about $25 for it, but they're about $29.90. I think they're $29.97. Yeah, I've got it up right now. And there's one of these in stock as of the filming of this video, in this colorway right now. So if you think this looks good, grab it. But yeah, let's get right into the specs here. All right, so comes standard size C bearing. TopYo diameter is 56 millimeters. It is 43 millimeters wide and weighs in at a 65.8 grams, which for a monometal is pretty much perfect for me. I like that 66 gram-ish mark. It is 7003 aluminum, like I said, 19 millimeter slim pads, which I'll show you when we take it apart. And it's made of metal, as the site says. But yeah, 7003 aluminum, and yeah, comes in cool colorways if you can get them while they're still in stock. So, you know, kind of a nice W shape, nothing particularly out of the ordinary. Some interesting cuts here in the inner cup. Nice flat hub with some laser engraving, but kind of blends in with this colorway a little bit. Looks really cool. Very classy looking yo-yo. Very just all-around solid performer. Similar shape to the Checkpoint, which I'm also a big fan of. Here it is next to the TopYo Colossus 3. As you can see, bigger diameter, a little bit wider shape. And here it is next to the Unparalleled Corruption. As you can see, pretty much similar diameter. Corruption is a little wider, though. But diameter actually is a little bit bigger. So, actually, I would very much compare this to the Unparalleled Corruption. I think it's a very similar type feeling playing yo-yo. It's a little bit less wide, which a lot of people actually might prefer over the Corruption. I think the width on this is actually really, really good. Definitely a nice design. Cool cup, very, just all around kind of a good all-arounder W-shaped yo-yo. I would kind of say it's sort of between the Corruption and the original Checkpoint, in my honest opinion, as to how it performs. Fits nice in the hand. It's a good size for me. Good shape. Very comfortable. No sharp edges or anything like that. Just overall very cool. I'm a big fan of the W shape. The W shape, if you guys can't tell, a lot of the yo-yos that I buy end up sort of being this sort of WH type thing. So this was kind of a must-have, especially once I saw it came in a matte finish. But enough talking for me. Let's go throw it around, and I'm still going to talk more. And see you in a minute. Alright, guys, we are back with the TopYo Impulse. And, yeah, I haven't played any other 7003 aluminum yo-yos other than the TopYo ones. But this one is nice. You don't really sacrifice anything for it only being 66 grams. Has a pretty long spin time. It's just it's a reliable shape. It's nothing like crazy out of the ordinary, you know. It's just a very reliable shape. So that's definitely cool. Kind of a good blend of stability, floatiness, and speed. It's fun to play. It's not a boring yo-yo. Spins a long time. Can go fast, can go slow. Kind of that good W all-arounder type of yo-yo. And something that I've really enjoyed carrying around a lot. I brought it to Yo-Yo Club, and those guys seem to like it as well. Like it pretty well, too. So mine, pretty much just like my Colossus, I'd say, you know, it's about a 9 out of 10. Smoothness, just a little bit of vibe, just like a tiny hair bit on the fingernail. But for sub $30, I don't know, you know, it's still pretty good. The grind finish is beautiful. It grinds really well. Shape is also really good for grinds. And yeah, it's just a good shape for kind of everything. Fits me really well. Kind of like it for doing just about everything. As far as thumb grinds are concerned, if you throw it on an angle, you can get it, but the lip kind of comes out, so it's not really set up for that. But if you threw it on an angle, like if I angled it here, let's see if I could do it. If I threw it on an angle a little bit, you could do it, but not exactly what it's designed for. Finger spins, you can totally do them. Oh, if I could throw it well enough. Yeah, see, you could do them if you don't suck like I do right now. Third time's a charm, right? There we go. Yeah. Totally do them. Hub's flat enough for that. And it's not set up for finger spins or anything crazy like that, but totally a doable thing. But yeah, just a great all-arounder, especially for, you know, $29 or whatever, $29.97. And Yo-Yo Best Buy's always got some kind of sale going on, or you know, you can usually get between 10 and 15% off. So you figure for, you know, $27, $28, you really can't go wrong with that, especially in these matte finishes. This matte finish is beautiful. It's really, really nice. But let's go ahead and throw it back on the desk, and we'll do pros and cons. Alright guys, back on the desk with the TopYo Impulse. So let's do pros and cons, and well, let's take it apart first. So, like I said, this is made out of 7003 aluminum. Machined pretty well. Haven't really had any problem getting it apart, putting it back together, or anything like that. Size C bearing, it's one of those 5-cut Buddha bearings, like in the TopYo Colossus or the Pixel. It's one of those 5-cut bearings. Spins really nice, really smooth, really quiet. I think it's 10-ball. I mean, this really is a good bearing. I mean, especially for how cheap the yo-yo is, it's really comes with a really nice bearing. Axle stuck in there. That actually may be why I have some vibe. I bet if I tuned it a little bit, I could tune out the vibe, but it's really not a big enough deal to me. Those white Yo-Yo Factory-ish pads, response is okay on these. You know, could be better, but I mean, if I switch the pads, it'd be better. But it works well enough. The gap's not too big, so you get some decent response out of it. Mine's got little burrs in here that are kind of like just little anno flaws that you kind of get sometimes in a budget metal. That kind of wear the string. Like, it's not too bad. You can't even see it on camera, but there's like a little like anno flaw there that kind of wears the string just a hair, but it's not. I shouldn't complain because it really hasn't broken anything. It just, I can see it. And yeah, blasting goes. So yeah. That's what it looks like taken apart. Decent construction. I'm not really worried about taking it apart. Looks good on both sides. No axle stripping or anything. Goes back together nice. Doesn't make that terrible squeak sound. So TopYo does nice stuff as far as all that's concerned, especially for the budget metal range. I haven't had any problem with either of mine, which is, you know, clearly a good thing. So pros and cons. Pros, cheap. If you get a matte finish one, the matte finish is beautiful. It's great, just like the matte finish on the Colossus. Feels exactly the same. So if you like the matte finish on the Colossus, you're going to like the matte finish on one of the matted Impulses. Now make sure you get the matted ones. This is a con, I guess. A lot of these are shiny, like, I don't know if they're just brushed aluminum or if they're polished or what, but they seem to be very specifically not blasted. And so, you know, you got to make sure, if you want a blasted one, make sure you pay attention and get a blasted one, because otherwise you may get a weird sticky, I haven't tried any of them, but you may get a weird sticky, like, polished finish that you won't like. So that's, maybe it's not a con, it's just kind of a warning. Other pros, great shape, tried and true, very very good as far as, like, reliable. It's a very reliable shape. It's stable, it can go quick, it can do, you know, you kind of do whatever you want with it. Good weight for that, good all-arounder type of thing. Not something that, like, you would get it and be like, okay, this yo-yo is only for this specific task. You can kind of do everything with it. If you want to go fast, you want to go techie, you want to go, you know, it's got all the good properties of an all-arounder to do all the things. Now, it doesn't really excel at anything because that's not what it was designed to do. It's a budget metal that's designed to, like, you know, give you the ability to do whatever you want and be very controllable, and that's what it is. But, like, there are faster yo-yos, there are slower yo-yos, there are yo-yos that are better at tech, there are, you know, this is just kind of a very good, there's yo-yos that are better at finger spins, yo-yos that are better at thumb grinds. This is just meant to be kind of a good all-arounder to get you, you know, everyday carry type of yo-yo. And that's what I've been using it for, actually. I carry this around a lot, and I carry this around a lot because, you know, they're not that expensive. Like I said, other pros, flat cup is nice. You can definitely get some good finger spins on it. And comes with a beautiful bearing. Like, the bearing is great. So you really get a lot for your money. A lot of pros there. As far as cons are concerned, packaging kind of boring. You know, I guess it's not terribly con, but it's just like a yo-yo in a box with a string. The string's not very good either. So you know, but what do you expect? I mean, you gotta save money somewhere. Not very good for thumb grinds at all. It kind of juts out a little bit, so you got to kind of throw it on an angle if you're going to catch it for thumb grinds. Finger spins are doable, but not like, there's no dimple or anything, so you're not going to get real long ones. It's just going to be like little quick ones. The blasting on mine does go all the way down, so it did kind of wear the first string I had on it a little bit, but I think it wore in pretty well. So just kind of a warning, keep an eye on it, especially right when it's brand new, because the blasting is new. And it doesn't like stop before it gets into the gap. So just kind of a warning there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Way more pros than cons. I'm kind of stretching for the cons, especially for the price. This thing's pretty amazing. So definitely a big fan of TopYo, and big fan of this yo-yo. It's particularly a good everyday carry type of budget yo-yo. I really like what the yo-yos that have been kind of coming out and being released in the, you know, $25 to $30 price range lately. I feel like there's been a bunch of them, and they've all sort of been like, oh, these are really nice, and all have something nice. Oh, and 7003 aluminum, very cool, able to get some neat weight distribution out of it, and still at a pretty good budget. So that's going to be it for me here today, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and tell me down in the comments, what do you think of the TopYo Impulse? Do you have one? Are you on the fence about one? Did this review help you? Tell me down in the comments. Yeah, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers to you. And I'll see you next time.